Ejuma no nhyeda nto on kawan himbia, but they get the job there and do it. Regardless of how they are treated or maltreated, they still do the job.
Recently, cried to say Dubai, Ghanaians be a or more, you see, be more ye nanny for or be more so washables near day. So, more call yet two stories are among for share better experiences. Yet, I did saying in an uncle for
our system is not supported enough because as an entrepreneur, and find that starts a Juma, and you need some soft loans to buy raw materials to just test your business idea to make sure it is valid enough or it works. It is difficult. The banks wouldn't give you the loan because you don't collateral. Be a start a Juma, you
collateral.
And the youth pose themselves as Sebe on Ye Juma or Fie. And another perspective towards this is Ebinum Minkada youth Ebinum no so they are very reluctant. The obo pay finifie wako shishe Juma another way sunya Sebe how way a saving po the wako shishe Juma no oyenezen or expect the manna will fall from heaven because no pina we are born and bred by our parents to some extent. 18 years in past still now we are being catered for by our parents. Unlike Abrochino, the 18 years. In the 18 years, our college in Poenya part-time job until the system there educate and motivate you to be hardworking because you have to work and pay bills. But in certain Africa, Ghana attitude no. Yani mami funa papa funa they are known to be the caretakers of bills in the house. Until they were youth obenye jume bi aye onumpo to some extent they are not responsible for those bills. Today one ankasa work sisi the moon isn't enough to cater for some bills in the house. Onumpo they just move out of the house. Until youth so to some extent we have a lot of problems personally. We have a lot of problems because in Pakono exposure also comes in play.
Remember exposure.
Yeah.
Yes. And the Nana Kane Oye Bebuno. A vision and I say once and maybe our person how to even start it. Oye Jumama will be and our way with okay. I will photo say then I'm
programs, essential content, businesses are no. Maybe I'm up a content for more social media platforms. We provide those content. We
for
give.
How long did I say?
8 years ni.
What started anything?
We starting kaka. My first camera, my bomb second camera.
First camera no we then a winner because beside the ABCD and another
say na kan you kwe but ojo ho kwechia say udi su ni say opeso we ye nia opeso we ya betumi aye.
Okay,
it's all about aim and objectives. And udi su ni so this is what I want to do. People around you are watching, and at a point in time, you just have to know how to ask, and your attitude speaks volumes. So these are things that I think talking about youth on one page, I think it's a very dicey topic. Mama kan fancy kaka say e pede kan ho asema o de ehunde Erica no kwan bi da enkobu youth na bem na onye nso today Erica asema enini na do nchen nti oye topic bi am so de oje emer no tino bubum ye ba za mituma kanede so bi tuma ko school JHS how many years guys 3 years no boy SS 4 years. We to my president in home for that number of years, even the 8 years, we school de biada, de bianopa, or exams. For that consistent time, I'm sure that person would have the capacity there, or be able to make it hard working, because to present yourself consistently for that number of years in an institution is solid enough. Ochede, ebitum ayejuma. Cause oya wasn't no jibber. So muhu le did be pakuna nkusuka na bidam, but as long as pakuna utuma we use school no show something. And the problem is what are in zama ben or wa abana ya also boredom coffin. I think that's something or they used to, because before we point to hand no I don't care the
yeah abai ena ema wa kwanya na wo ye wadwuma no
yeah
nti question now we bisa no I heard me say we contradict so meaning
incentive na yeah oyo bia na mobutumaye okay nintum kade maye ninti odo bi nsu ye bi nti se edwuna sam hu kwechi ye a se afa bi ni na wo ma oye saban ge bibi de boa oye se nipa kona so pede ofa no kwando no boa oye dem na ken ebi fi atum kwa abuti do kwa ejuma debe ya obi ni bibi oda hwe no ho no da bone busia nti oye vishina ewode nipa kona nkese hunde de mazi na mpeda miye
okay
nti mintum nkade amemetum maye mankse mejumento so ewode obi so oye ndemara nti yeah amomzu hunde ozikano for us to talk about this topic here they cheno hunde amhunde yokane bien so onye dey is the person working smarter or harder? Because we live in a world where tech is making things simple. And he's rather working smarter than harder, and which I think is also another best way.
No.
Yeah.
Man and I'm sanana baby I woke up him ye no. Ye be ye juma. Ye mebunu oyo hene. Odi edomanim osan ye see wo fankofo mo adwuma ye oye bebunu nso
yeah
anenu mankani
Martin there me gentleman now or making these submissions
yeah.
No I had other thoughts in mind. We live in a system where yaka ban all the time. We blame the government for some of these things that is happening. But in Nankasa, so we should understand that the American entrepreneurship, start your own business now. Onye obiara na obotumwa management.
Sure.
I tell you the fact that entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Starting a business, it is not for everybody. But then say most my that may blame about and Nankasa ban but may introduce incentives to be a
government
motivate
okay
that manka aban betum will introduce a lot of incentives to help the private person now and cover but there aban so to me because I know a lot of government initiatives so to support Ankram Kwejuma.
Sure.
GE is doing some, NEIP is doing some. Any day Ampomata will launch hub grant so it was about $7 million US to support hub businesses to be stable enough to support young entrepreneurs. And see that's a very brilliant support from the government.
Take for instance, youth employment. Ye found kofobi. Emo mu be ye ejuma kakra na ebi mu ewo health sector ebi wo education omo ye ebi mu ye for 3 years ewie na ye fade ade any out current one e buy e kra no kra won se ma be bebre a omo kra salary ebi di akam aye ntua ye friends napkofo ye fasa afui ama omo adwuma omo ye a year or two aban se ye mama fimu ma benya bibi kakra intini ye fade ade any out na en fathers so every man as other policy in fambe shemu yes entiase ye kasa aban ni nye enough aban abakwa aban e wo hodum ni ade na omu nye enough enke no ne betimi aboa ye youth no
the American my perspective in the government businesses are meant to make revenues for the government through collection of taxes and all these things. Government institutions are meant to make revenue. Mabano etumu is to pay government workers.
Sure.
But more than that, majority of the government workers na ban offer or consume, from the market, some of them don't really add any value to the government institutions. All what they go and do there is aiming for salary at the end of the month. That is majority of them. That's what they do. They even go there to work lotto. Some go there to do their own, one or two businesses, and so much. But I believe there, if the youth are very much well exposed to some extent, a lot of opportunities that are there for them. An example is Obibeko School engineering, mechanical engineering. Lejuma Shoshane oil and gas without that he feels like or she feels like she doesn't fit in any sort of work environment.
I'll say Juma I see use name pen. Juma ye botai yankwan say Juma say bebunu bi yima.
I think with this one I will point our educational system out.
Okay.
Osande nipa nanka so start school na ebi Sunday nyina pere abaze. Abufra be unyim ma order yansa na waye engineer. Now so unyim ma order yansa na waye doctor. Now so that's na say. Nti from the onset oshenjim me doctor. That's the way nyina say we degree so also as their own funny degree into an uncle yabazi. It doesn't actually work well. It doesn't work that way. And see, there has to be a point. I was a young cousin one day. The mass easy. A day a bomb from Manu one day said, "What school near Bison one day in a bay bazaar? I don't want to make an entrepreneur." I don't want to make a photographer. The way in human getting on your bono. On your bon. It's a dash more from an idea the way you obey you mark as an would do no way and Casana face yellow complainer. It's quite hypocrisy. There, them educational system made in place are already them in the main. And you're still back in that educational system. It's about time we change things. Let's implement ways people can be financially independent. Or your school on your day, okay, me need you mompa. Some mission was school to be entrepreneur, how to manage money. And we need you mompa on him how obenisika. But you ask my mission. Oh, him how be niska, or bomb and Zamano no niska. Sende yebe sabuguyen yenbo, Nyakade, Nipakunankasa, on any choice, Abra, Zaunimina Uskuno, on his watching.
Okay. Mame and country will say and pay ye D and Como agenda so on Jolly Breakfast Show Skype 93.5 FM Diana ye bisa say I am passing Ghana mebuno ya quadro me and pay me come see me quadro for because baby see I'm sorry how much my bed my be kind news at 6 and son Masai JBS we use 9 years old coffee aqua this is what's now planning the next day we be sign I ho and sana. Oh baby ko kra wako sometimes let's all go out and say nam secondary market area mu ni ade me gina market o ma me beti e friend say kiaso onye ma me pani young lady ne nyoma wakoto no o hwese ka ne de baba bedru hono na wotumi ayi bi ato ene emabunu ifa na yi making obi nso de ne say on twen ma ban me bi adwuma nsa na wa ya ban me set up photo studio no ankasa nya ne camera ba ko no de nemu enene wotumi kakra why a CEO so what for be mun so adwuma bi mu ye adwuma ma na
yeah in the team we are like 10
Intine de no mame mo amane se Taylor Rahim and so I join a creative director Edema Anafu Bisa ananyeza BC Anafu BC okay also I join you don't know a team leader at the womo enti ebe ye ne be di nkomo na enso ye CEO I code and na kra de ne wo de ne de say ye pa o I code mo ye den
Oh, I called the institution via what we do basically is to train a mebuno and then already existing business owners. What takra de hanom yet almost selling mobile or more ever position more business ni and a mebuno so almost started businesses ye grow me or more. Idea be on the baby and sometimes yeah to me organize trainings ebo more tenure or more ideas into businesses and a more to establish the business.
Startup no more kakra.
I so I running programs in partnership with other funders more providing monetary support to already existing business or startup businesses,
Right.
Send make us say we have some ongoing programs. I think we've supported quite a number of businesses in Takrade, and yet Takrade our operations span across the region, depending on partner and in that's why we direct our operations towards. Yes. We have a lot of youth. And yet, even western of Kraba, near baby. But majority of them are also very innovative. Innovative. So you see different or modern methods of doing business. See, Brebrenia are trying to adapt technology.
And what is say Ghanaian youth lazy and pagema? Yeah, how do you feel?
My perspective is two ways. Ebimu empe, ebimu
super. Medasi mama Rahim when Timomo de na yeda reporting na moye.
Oh yeah, pamade. So we make clothes and then we train people how to make clothes. So we basically do two. We make clothes in our studio, and then if obisu person obisia yeah training no bit say nana omo company no they also helped us like a company like as an Afubisi clothing no as an Afubisi clothing no nana in terms of financing helping in one of the fundings to gain funding to expand our business.
I see.
And as the team lead for Strap Up event, which is the fashion show now every year, no? That one too Nana's company has been known as a sponsor.
I see.
And then for as long as I can remember 5 years IO photography has been the official photography for Strap Up events.
And more than 40 years. But more ankasa more juma moye. Adepam first na say ye pam no bia keke na life abem.
That I didn't life for me that.
Oh, they be first ni for ni be
life for me that, but I say due to some policies by some of the government have been saying and now people are now interested in what we do now. But life in the home dada.
And to notice you say youth the page my ujitumsa.
It comes in two ways. No, it's true.
Okay.
Say my circle of friends. If I look around my circle of friends, everybody is doing something. But if I look beyond my circle of friends and where I grew up or where I schooled, there are other people are. You understand? Whether or no be Juma na say to say Adipam. Adipam is one of the most enduring things. Either say you have the interest or you stop. You be very, very lazy. You be so. But the funny thing about being lazy, sometimes it's not bad. Sometimes being lazy is not. No, it's true. We've had one person not a lazy, but no send or ye humanity because Obana or Pama there. Send or ye we say we share the easiest way to do what we do. And so we say that lazy person what done advantage or by advantage of mine. What you do is seminar me no ye juma. So me also me say we. Is it truly so lazy and I say ebia or you motivated? Yes. Talk about youth are not that lazy.
Right.
But where is the motivation? Where is the need for the SMEs? Nana company can help as much as they can. But the SMEs here, yes, the SMEs here, how many help are they getting? How many people? I've gone out of my way to get interviews for people. I'm on Mupamade, like on a different platform. And me, every day I do it. I always say me who is a competition. Say me Pamade or Pamade. Takrady Metropolis has over 800,000 people. The 800,000 people, and there are about 600,000 people who have money. The rest are maybe in Kuala. That's 700,000, 600,000. Me, I mean to mean exactly. So if I get 2% of them, someone is getting 1%. That's money. So yeah, boy, and then we go.
And in the other aspects, now I can say be moon page man and so a thing.
And then I say the warm. It's just there. It's just there.
Whatever, make us on page, my.
It's just there. But there are people like that.
I see a woman page, man. I say they were, but since I found some Mundos was system, man, Mundos. All right.
I disagree.
So, we are quadrillion the woman.
Yes.
What are your reasons?
Because me say. I don't know. I'm a catchy.
How they can fancy one? I mean,
Minjindi there will be one the umbra as I said the umbe akwaje. Minjindi the nitin point and coupon and the umbra akwaje. I don't think.
It be not na free baby you free bow. It be a fear yes.
Of your friend or
this is what I think. So obi in pejuma. The question is, where is the energy going to? Ebia on that okay movies from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Obe Juma no be late. Ebia TikTok, Facebook, why you never? Enti edwin hu ye bon de ahozen no oroko baby. Ehu onon chere or you're lazy, but on who misma time management, you know, on you
it's still more down to the household.
No, but say them you pakune. I mean, them you pakune. So on good guidance
from the house.
Obey.
So let me cite a practical example. Let me cite a practical example. If you live in a house where every morning, if you are 10 people in the household and then all the 9 people leave house at 7 a.m. to their offices or to their workplaces, you as the one person left in the house will feel very lonely. So all the time you would be, having the zeal to also move out because 9 p.m. in the evening. You always have that thought that I live with a friend of about 4 people. Now all of them are in the US now, mainly because it was just a conversation that we started. Charlie, we need to scale up. We all started our business, but they're thinking of going beyond abroad, mainly because I'm in a Mr. And they also want to get out there and then start making things by their own, make money there and then come and expand their business here. As I'm talking to you now, all of them are left. Now I'm feeling lonely. You get the point? So I'm also thinking of okay, how about I start it all over again? To start moving in and out. They can attest to what I'm saying, that I used to be someone who travel a lot. So now I'm thinking of how about going all over again and starting what I used to do before. It's about the household you live in.
Any environment account it, Rahim.
So I grew up with a dad who wakes up at around 4:10, 4:20. We pray, Muslims we pray at 5. See, you don't even have, you can wake up, he can wake you up at 4:20. So you wait from 4:20 to 5. Now you are forced to learn from 4:20 to 5 p.m. to wait for the prayers. Now we prayers now yes we are now there be when you are done with the prayer you go pray. You go pray and you do your chores by 5:30, 5:40. He is ready to leave and we all follow him because where he works is close to where the school is. So I don't know can
environment
let me say this. To me, I grew up with no dad. My dad wasn't around. And Mom is a trader. To me, 11 time we have markets when it peak, but it doesn't mean say I was never for so you get it. Inti if metiase a bit to me about fifi nanso seni pakrono a ejina ni pakrono so ejina pakrono so and if they are in as much as you say youth no muye juma no, we have to also look at the things that edge your brand there.
Okay. Into who said then edge
social media, movies,
but social media and kofo faso Eddie,
I know.
Me just say Rahim, mo products fa mo posti mo social media platforms. So munya market wo ho.
So we help business scale up on social media too, and on social media we have two entities: the creator, then the consumer. You have to take a choice. Am I creating for people to consume, or I'm just consuming without creating? And most on TikTok, people that have almost 10k followers and above are just few. The majority have less than 10k followers, and these are the minority. You get it? And see, it's about time. Say, but how do we manage these things? We have social media, we have the internet.
Right.
How do we manage these things? Time management, how do they do it? I will say a chum. Then they'll pick it up.
I understand Yumen's perspective mainly because of his level of exposure.
Sure.
You come from an IT background.
That is it.
Talk less of someone who hasn't had any university education. Someone who just completed senior high school and couldn't even go to, university or college, or even a training institution. These people have different level of exposure. So I would base my argument mainly on exposure. If you live in Accra, you tend to see a lot of innovative environment and activities within that. Obi one more ton coconuts, how the person would appear and then brand or even sell the coconut is different.
Sure.
Here we only see them with cutlasses and then the coconut and all that. Exposure is also very, very important when it comes. We live in an environment where majority of all these private businesses are owned by external people, not from Takrade.
Rahim here is sign.
It is true. Not the indigenes. Not the indigenes. By visitors out of Takrade. So they come with their people and probably have different conversations out there. They only consume just a smaller percentage of people from Takrade.
Very small.
So when it comes to exposure, people within Takrade are not that much given that opportunity.
Nana ntiana pay din komwe problems no masha se mu yiba ye nimbidida ye be din e na de ye kan because hanso ye wo esikafo wa ha ye betumi aboa ma outsiders ne ma me investment no possibly omo san fan kofo kra mfi hono ma meji adwuma ne nyina.
Madam, mama can call when the truth is there you have to say it. Takrade skafo yin won fi Takrade hade.
Hey sir.
Oh, Takrade skafo elkom koma won fi Takrade ha. What the whole no what the teacher pro. Point someone who was born and bred here in Takrade.
That that is who is super rich. Nana So we had this conversation last week, as in the indigents of Takrade, and then the people who are not from here. Now, what baby I made me want from the beginning, either say I have about 70% of the people who are coming for training outside the country, outside the region. Yes, Takrade is a country, so outside the region. Outside the region, or I'll have the percentage I mentioned. There's about 2 people who are from here. Now, the people, me personally, the people I know who are rich, that are from Takrade, I can't really point to them. The people who are rich, in Takrady are from outside Takrady. The meaning they have exposed themselves to us to know, say, these are people who can help. These are people. There was a meeting. I can mention someone's name, right? Edumante had a meeting with us the last time about people who have events. I am the team lead for Strap Up events. We organize fashion shows every year for the region, and then for like 7 years now, it has been basically the most. Is it the only fashion show with other few ones? Now I understand the people who want to join the fashion, who want to organize fashion shows, not being able to organize, because last year alone, the amount of money we spent to organize that show. So I understand them when they come and they are not able to organize it, because who are you going to seek the sponsorship from? You see, so the few people that we know that are from Takrady that can help, they are not really from here.
I see.
Oh, plenty.
Money they here. I'm so need them working. Focus na
but I'm bet na how establish your business.
Exactly. But
to me,
but answer ne bohu one no. Tiring. I mean, the major man, I'm paying for food in and see, but if you them nipa konopa in soon, them second will be. One time pay. O pay actually will fit Takrady. O better Takrady or better one home. No, I relax. No, it's easy. No, I own business more kodo. And see, most big men, people here, when you let them problem near. I'm there. Let's come up with a way to bring these people out, socialize. Accra, brunch event okay, I think Nana was what the Mazan. Okay. But we need more hands, because Nana couldn't do me. So being there Zananayan or Bois, they announce you soon. Okay. Not them in coffee investors nazi yet you won't pay. One incentive one bra. Umishankofu. O pay ya. Oh no, people who 1 hour can win here so much. But they be also them there.
Now I see any day na Sam penny fui yen said to me aka womo na youth non so a omo ideas name mo capital ire start bin so kra nim dear exposure ya wo kan exposure ye tumi exposing a youth no emma omo so tumi aye bibi on their own.
I think Dodo now it's about determination. Okay. So young youth I determined a value to some of these opportunities. You did it over boy. Right. Because I also have a different the thing is perspective. Only them I'm Kodoso or Mahro, because I've had conversation with other people who have established businesses in Takrady. They're like, Charlie, Takrady for one page more crowd. I didn't hear because what happened in Pakunu Ejumem. Nipakuno be no ambono hu mozen amboa ejumani rama ejumana ankodo nti ejumani rama no when yes can find channel nti the person had to what go home nti and such a person would then prefer someone from
outside the region
who onim there ejumenta na the no fi Accra and no fi Kumasi wa bantoba nde ejumana. Same person from Takrady or Accra will work hardly because on him there. Because on him there, you maintain no free Takrady. So sometimes, timemfuno. Now, I believe that Yananka will say, yes, na drink. The weather, no matter the location, will work hard enough to please whoever employed us.
Right.
Majority of that comes or boils down to mentoring and coaching. Say, meant to be another yenya obi a ye tum ye down every time for advice and then guidance and me did obabua dem abaya some so me adwuma obi a me da o me mentor catch him na mokwa me de say adwuma no mo wodema mpo mam 5 tax me yen times then me for 2 nka ho dem abaya at the end of the day no adwuma ni ra no nyo boso na we too wide and one more incentives,
right?
Because I happen to employ people in my business as well where Nipakunoba they only do whatever they are designated to do and nothing else. Ekado ombo ni young company feel that that is not what he's been paid for. exactly
nti ba no ne ka say member yi
nti o ma adwuma ni ra no ohun de okay mefa wo na be just emfa ne memfa mfato mefa wo na be accountant pe adama meanwhile no say eboa programs designer another programs manager mo or handle program ni ye or yes successful ma me partner no nenya je ya me je ankoboboa to them no che catch am there me nko high obi fofo no be manage program nti me high obi fofo no be manage nipa ko no on how to do your job well that means that you render yourself what redundant until I mean a human race if you baby na me buy make the accountants no onya do mbo no modern na ejuma na oye na onye bibia ma me bio so we the youth have to also be innovative enough to learn some of these multiple skills available in China upon order a lot of training programs but just to expose the youth in some of these skills but more than the youth and so we are quick enough for quick results in azibiara na on face camera no yempede yebeye obi obeko workshop be 1 week be we sua how to use social media effectively no onye now nenya that TikTok influencer be that why a TikTok no over a period of time now only is also pedal on is so they end up finding themselves always on TikTok and recording unnecessary videos that is not educational.
0244103301 TikTok where sisika o nti oti ya no so ahase record videos ni bi na no si na me interview bi nkofo ni si dey sika o munya wo TikTok so na na nya asem keto a nti be ka se videos ni bi unnecessary dia brothers and sisters anyone sheda enye agin DVS Industries but ye fa calls no nti no bremu na ye mon komo. Good morning.
Morning about no.
Embassy into
Daniel, hey, I'm not I was one policeman. Or you know, quite pata. There, so we see 2,000 Ghana, or some we to do a movement for Unyebi. Every special streaming. No, to go West Region. I want you to want to go. Could be the first of the man. TV, no phone. Don't go.
TV ni phone. Good morning.
Good morning, Naomi.
Me pasho Odin baby akase free.
Delani.
Oh, Dela, o voice ni mo edu na print na mante on kan yenti o.
Ayo ngene ko tin ya bayen. Why ala pedi mambo abado kuma wedi. Wo fa ko to ka jisu tin. Osa yade. Na better see wakasa. We didn't there. You wenya na pata wenya there. What to race war. Don't go ready to do what and check ma. One of them saw when you them in zero with 2 on there they do all. They will try to move to them. Members that problems no one say I share na you two you address them holistically. Now it seems there yeah one way something tension. You know, the camp of the youth will be hopeless because if you are hopelessness or more because you will know engaging into service there, you see there, they will come out be successful. At the end of the day, they can do 1 or 2 by themselves. Those people have now become burden to society. Then start now. I've been on the one map, which will focus. At times, even TNT can go acquire knowledge or your problem. Imagine the youth why establish you cannot balance or no place. Look at the first away from registration that day, you can approval. Minister, so there's a system of Lancasano. On what you know, until then, you have to deal with it. Minister, obey it.
Right, Della, Miss Medasi, good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Me pa show din baby akase free.
But the family, I pick this.
You mpacho enti o.
Pacho the one say mbabu bi o mpacho no. At times e bi o ma itrum. Because you make me a capital of profession. But so ba pick a household name. That was him. But kai be one ma tin na me kwa sorry. Na me now so say obi a you to be already so change you bia no. I'm willing to teach that person freely. But up to now, people know where you need. as long as you move some parents. And so, be no way in it is a beer, we beat a savior, we did a sense of a faster. So, and so show my one chair, as a big man 5 cities, I'm between oh, it is a better at it.
Mana besiani free na edwumana besiani free na one man say edwumana be enje scammer okosebu
yeah
yo mati
I'm a radio station is a course for educating for you for any other day yeah so I'm radio besiani edwumana say at it
medasi hello good morning hello yeah madam good morning pastor di me aka say free you mpatranti sinti
college na ye na at times simple one wala kan onye bia na dem me be dey carpenter ejuma onye bia na ope idu wa onu so woni do pe ba on be togwa if you buy them the mini pokono why can no any choice ni do be carpenter ejuma of course yeah or then there is no interest ejuma bia saria you need to have the passion for the work. And then you too, any passion and any manaka. For chance to ask me. And then maybe more the ladies in the back, tell it, they could be when meeting another manacon. Mean, yes. No thanks for a cast. I only have a time. You Gana carpenter and miss no pay. You
right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's Papa. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Yes, good morning. Pastor Dimbe I can free.
But you're from Christian. Make us free analogy.
Christian ain't you?
With the madam was Jumozia Muslim church, the youth of today. The Amokano, many about I have encountered them. Sorry, I've encountered them. They are very, very serious at all of the youth in our region. Share. As my position as the regional head for Western and Central region, me fa mbesiako 5 a year promotion a day memo via 100 Ghana cedis, which I'm not supposed to do that, but just to motivate and encourage them to work hard. And apart from that, a day money, a month or so, there's a specific amount for them to be taken home. I'm being honest with you. Was started. The others in the following day, some of what come there about the 8 man, one man, one president, one brewma, one to one bread. They left. It's the youth in our region. I'm being honest. I believe that would start Nkomazino or entice one for them to change their attitude. And then the one focus to Ekedina. About maybe some manufacture this, intense this, and they are okay with which they are not thinking of their future. And see, God bless you people for this education. I'll be very much impressed if you my more than that. God bless you.
God bless you too. Fancy a time na some panelists in so no say Obia Pekasaka Crentin, Yemfa time na kaya 4 minutes. Yemfa and wrap it up. When shall say free Rahim Honum. Papa Neka Carpenter said now what's the mayor?